Last time on Extinction, with the Grand Priest seemingly taking Vegeta's remaining arm, we got a flashback of Krillin teaching him the Multiform. Then back in the present, the Saiyan seemingly jumped out of a portal to deliver a fatal blow to the Angel. A mortal angel. With fury in his eyes, the Grand Priest hisses to know how he did it. He was on the ground about to die. What's happening? Still with his remaining arm, the Saiyan holds him back with his Keyblade emitting from the one he lost. He can see his foe can't move. He's bleeding, just like any mortal. But weak spot? That's impossible! There's no way Vegeta could hurt him! Which is a fair point. The Grand Priest is supposed to be the strongest of all angels, and Vegeta is still far beneath even Whis' level. In all reality, the statement the Father of Angels made about the Saiyan being an ant and himself being an elephant should be extremely accurate. He questions if he wants to know how he did it before he finishes him off. He'll tell him. The earrings don't regenerate. What he was doing was rewinding time until they returned to their original form. That's a known angel ability. It seems that when he uses the earrings, the time rewind ability is not limited only to the earrings. And that's how Vegeta figured out his weak point. He noticed on the very first direct hit, when it restored itself, at that exact moment a wound appeared on his face. That made him realize what he was doing. It wasn't just the earrings that were affected by the temporal do-over. While it doesn't extend much past him, the Grand Priest has been abusing this technique throughout the entire fight to undo any damage the Saiyan has caused. What he didn't know is if he could still use this technique long after the Divine Earrings had been destroyed. Which brings him to his next point. When he's wearing those things, he can use angel abilities without restriction, but when he's not, he becomes a complete mortal, except with an angel's strength. But the most interesting part was realizing that when he rewound time to repair him, during that transition he became immortal with no power at all, completely vulnerable. He knew because that wound only appeared when the Divine Earrings reconstructed themselves. That's when he came up with a plan to distract the Grand Priest. And, more importantly, to strike him at the exact moment when he rewound time, when he was vulnerable. For that, he had to travel into that time shift dimension. That's when he used Super Saiyan 3. With this transformation, he can open any dimension with a key shout. Recently, he had decided to make his training more about learning new techniques and how to utilize them. This one he partially learned from his own son after hearing how he used it to escape a pocket dimension on Earth. He and the offspring of Sakura fused and were able to replicate it after seeing their foe do it. It's ironic. Vegeta's entire life had been about pushing others away and being so stubborn and learning everything on his own. It wasn't until he let Sakura lead by example that he has truly been able to become powerful. He opened the time dimension and left behind a duplicate body to serve as a distraction. Once inside, all he had to do was wait for him to rewind time again and come out to attack him at the exact moment he was vulnerable. The one he defeated was just a duplicate. A very simple technique, but apparently more than enough to distract him, since not even a divine being like him noticed. Can't believe it. Despite their incredible gap in power, despite all of his superior techniques, he was ultimately outdone by the one thing he lost in beginning his crusade: humility. He could have ended the battle whenever he wanted, but with the shackles of divinity lifted, he let the situation go to his head. As he speaks, the Divine Earrings begin to fade into nothing, proof he is no longer a divine being. Now he's just an ordinary mortal, the kind he's always despised. The Grand Priest screams in terror, this can't be happening! winning the battle. Vegeta questions, what did he just do? Everyone is dead. He couldn't save them. If you die at the hands of an angel, you cease to exist. No getting wished back. No afterlife. Tears begin to form down his face. He just killed an angel. What was he thinking? He lost them all. He's alone. No! No, it can't be! Well done, Vegeta. As a mysterious figure materializes, he compliments Vegeta's done well to finish off the Father of Angels. Bewildered, the Saiyan beckons who he is. Then he realizes, the two entities, those are Zeno's guardians. One of them informs they accompany Lord Zeno wherever he goes. But what's he talking about? That is not Zeno! The other guardian chimes in. Vegeta eliminated a rebel angel who's causing problems here. That's why the great Lord Zeno has come here in person. I thank you, Vegeta. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zeno, the governor of everything above all things. It's a pleasure to meet you. Still not buying it, Vegeta scoffs, how is he Zeno? This can't be. He knows Zeno very well, and it's clear this guy isn't him. Though he assures, before him stands the most powerful divine being that has ever existed and will ever exist. His right-hand guardian confirms this is the true appearance of the great Lord Zeno. Not just anyone has the privilege of witnessing his true appearance. Accepting the situation. So this is what Lord Zeno really looks like. Instructing the Saiyan to observe closely. They summon a group of little Zenos, the ones we're familiar with. These are the beings they use to disguise the true appearance of Zeno. Vegeta knows them well. This was also hinted to a while back after we spoke to Frieza. They're just simple creatures with no natural abilities at all. Obliterating them! The real Zeno replies, exactly. They're very docile beings. They never get past the infant stage, but they serve their purpose well. Then with a sinister reveal, Zeno informs the one who came up with the plan to eliminate the Saiyans was him. It's a shame, but he still will be eliminated.
The Grand Priest orders were clear. Exterminate the Saiyans. He intended to betray us and become the one who ruled everything. You're the only one left. The last Saiyan.
With a smirk and nothing left to lose, Vegeta knows he doesn't stand a chance against him.
But if I have to die, I'll do it fighting to the end!
Saiyans have the ability to reach the level of a god without actually being one, just as Yamoshi once did. It's better to eliminate them now while they're still just ants. It'll be interesting to see how much the Saiyan can endure. What is the vendetta the deities have against the Saiyans? Even with the Grand Priest demise, why is their hierarchical structure so determined to get them out of the way?